All right, live. Hello, Ender Sword here again, this time with GZ Swanson, and we've got another replay. Actually just pulled off Drop.sc, which is actually up for sale right now. If you would like to buy a website, please check that out. We've got UR's HuShang against, who is up here in the red as a Protoss, against another Barcode, a blue Terran player down here on the bottom right. And this time, I feel like his name is Patrice.
Alright, Patrice is fine. I was gonna be like, is this Glenn's brother Patrice?
That's it. I think it is. And I was thinking of Patrice O'Neill for some reason. I think that this is literally Patrice O'Neill.
Done. I have no idea who that is.
It's a stand-up comedian dude. And I'm pretty sure that's him. Right. So we'll see what Patrice's playstyle is like throughout this game. First thing to notice, the supply depot not going down at the ramp, instead going down so that he can do that awesome burrow trick around the Vespian geyser.
It really helps you micro really well if there's any sort of like proxy 2 gates. You can throw up the other depot there and then play ring around the Rosie where the wall is always up for him and always down for you. Oh. Okay, this is a 13 gas. If it was going to be the 12-12, then we could get to see the double Reaper shenanigans coming off the gun. But fairly standard gas timing coming out of Patrice.
Yep, it is standard, so we won't need to go get our brooms to deal with shenanigans. And pretty normal stuff coming out by HuShang here as well. Pretty much the type of things we predict with the Chrono Boost going down on probes. Gas now finishing, and he is just going for 3 on gas, not going for the double gas 2-2 sort of thing.
Yeah, opting to get the 1 gas and then putting the 3 on. Just again, much more old school. He had told his Cybernetic Square to build, and
so a little delay
glitched
there.
out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, so that will be about 5-10 seconds later than it could have been. The probe now getting on out and following this SCV back across the map.
But definitely won't be a game-changing amount of. It'll be irritating. This is you delay your Cybernetics core and then the Reaper comes. You're like, my stalkers should be out by now. It's normally out by now.
Yeah, could be a little bit annoying going for that single Marine, then the Reaper out, not adding an add-on yet. And he's actually mining this gas now. Did take some initial gas, but now actually mining with only 1 SCV as he throws on the reactor behind us.
He's actually using the Reaper just to scout up for proxies. Doesn't want to deal with Proxy Oracle. Does not want to deal with like a super fast Immortal bust, anything along those lines.
Very true. We don't have anything being built out of this gateway here just yet either. So if that does swing his way on over, he's going to have to rely on the mothership core to defend him for the time.
Ninja SCV is going to get into the base. He's going to see absolutely everything. And here he saw the expansion go down, so that's not really news for him.
Yeah,
but
has a really good sense of the gas timing, obviously.
Yeah.
And
I would expect to see the same build actually we saw last game with the Robo coming down very shortly, as well as the Forge for the +1 armor.
Yeah, one would think. The SCV had the opportunity to get away, but realizes he could juke out. The Stalker does get picked off before he gets back in, but there it is, as you call it, the Robo facility going down, and I think he had a sense that that's probably what was going to happen anyway. But didn't actually get to see it.
Yeah, it's those that you always kind of know what's gonna happen. You're like, well, I've seen this. This is the meta. This is what everyone has deemed to be the best decision. Yeah. But once you see it, you have the 100%
the Reaper coming in now does get to see that. Does get to see the second gateway being added on there as well.
And sees the Forge. Look at that. And that's why you get the Reaper. It's not to kill probes. That's a nice advantage sometimes, but obviously with his decision to scout around the entire map, he didn't want to get in there super early, but really just wanted to get that scout in. And seeing the Forge, seeing absolutely everything again, like he's had perfect knowledge about what his opponent's doing the entire game.
Yeah.
And that confidence is why he's able to get this third command center so freely. Like, he knows there's no 6th gate coming. He knows that if you're getting a Forge, you probably will get get an upgrade if you invest into the defense of the cannon, which is super common. There's that 300 minerals for just the cannons themselves. And there's your free command center.
Yeah, no, definitely true. He's got to be feeling very confident in what he's doing, throwing an armory down behind his mineral line here as well. And yeah, just knows that there's not going to be any really early aggression or anything to be too worried about coming out all that soon.
This is Mac.
What? Yes, it is.
That's
I know, isn't that something? We're going to see actual live mech play.
And
from
we're not
a GM Terran, no less.
Well, we know that Patrice is playing on a GM account. We know that Patrice is laid back. Yeah. He's methodical. He's confident in his macro. He's confident in that late game. He's confident in his positioning, and I can completely understand why. Generally, if you see your opponent going for the Robo and the single Forge, that will be indicative of a Charge Lot Archon attack. And what would absolutely dominate that? Hellbats.
Definitely true. They do pretty good. Zealots do not do well when facing fire, just balls of fire directed towards them. He does get in with that observer and is able to see and confirm that this is in fact mech play that's going to happen, and now parking the observer out front of the natural there.
So very solidly done by both players, and actually he's going straight up to the Templar Archives now. Knows that if he's going to be able to do, like, cause there are some really powerful just 2-base mech shoves. Nice scan, sees the additional gateways going down. Misses the tech, but not not
probably an assumed sort of tech here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he knows that it's going to be, knowing that his opponent knows that it's mech. He's going to be getting immortals out of the robotics facility. It would be unlikely that he went up to the Colossus tech on that. So yeah.
Now I'm not. Oh, sick about here. He's like, all right, there's no way you're gonna have Storm done at 10 minutes, and that looks exactly like what that was, a 10-minute, and I go. Gonna be securing his third base with this little push as well. And what are the units actually? So 2 sentries, 2 stalkers, and immortal. Going to be a very difficult hold. None of the upgrades are done. We'll have Nexus Cannon, the photon overcharge, and we have the the barracks coming down. He will be able to spot for a long time, and he's also not really the 6-9 attack.
Cannon and overcharge both combining to do a lot of damage there. Able to actually push back the Hellions. The barracks coming up, the scouting barracks. Hellions trying to come in again, but without a lot of support, not getting a lot done by themselves. And another one was picked off.
Missile turret taking out the observer, so no more information, and it will be somewhat of a hard contain. Actually, he's just deciding to leave. Now, see, this is very counterintuitive to me. Building structures, yet leaving.
Yes.
I understand.
Somewhat, I think that there's just a bit of a threat here. If there wasn't for the observer back at the natural, he may still have to assume that he was still there.
Absolutely.
And that's definitely really important. And he does hallucinate, goes to check, sees that there is in fact nothing there. Storm was just finished right around the time he decided to leave.
He's got the 2 Templar. So if 4 Storms to his name, should be able to, if he's able to get close enough, he'll be able to do enough damage for this to matter. But highly, highly unlikely. Taking his third base after Terran. Terran has had this base for seconds, but it's totally fine because he's dropped mules. It's been able to pay for itself. Check the income tab. He is up 800 minerals more than his opponent with only 1 additional worker.
Yeah, definitely is true there. It's amazing how quickly they can reap the benefit as a Terran player from getting a base just down. So with the third base just beginning, it's going to be quite a while before that is saturated enough to pay for itself.
And just this is sweet. This is definitely, Patrice is earning fans left, right, and center. Going up to 5 factory mech with solid upgrades, and then transitioning, not so much transitioning, but countering what his opponent's getting for by getting the sensor towers to always be in position, but the ghosts. So he's going up to 3 barracks. We'll be able to get amazing EMPs down. EMPing, like, either. If he gets both the Immortal and the High Templar, it's a 100% slaughter, like, he'll stop playing.
Right.
But if he gets one or the other, it's an advantageous position.
Yeah, incredibly good either way, and obviously we've got now up to 3 robotics facilities for our Protoss player. We got a ping down there where a warp prism is trying to... Did he actually get in? And
no, he walked in and then he saw, oh no, there's a sensor tower and a missile.
Yes. Well, that's not good. In combination, he is trying to get in to do some storm drops there. But as you mentioned, the sensor tower just doing some great work. We've got a second warp prism up here on the top of the map, but a Viking in place to be able to spot that coming in. He's trying to find a place that he can put these, but there really are Vikings and...
decent storm.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible storm.
Really good storms on the natural here, taking out a decent number of SCVs and then turning them into an Archon as the Warp Prism is taken out. And actually will continue to do a tiny bit of damage here and just be annoying.
And that's how long it took without EMP.
Right. Definitely.
Actually, there's still a Templar just chilling here. 47, 45, has storm energy. Go, go, there's so many SCVs. Yes.
Yeah, oh, another good one. That's definitely a bit of an error there. I can see how he missed him. Just hugging that refinery may not have been spotted on the mini-map there. But yeah, a decent amount of damage done. We've got 19 workers killed by HuShang during this game so far. And definitely putting in work and trying to find ways to get in and do some sort of offensive play against this mech, but with the sensor towers out there, it's just hard to actually move into a position that you want to be in.
Well, he's moving forward. He's got 6 Immortals. Well, still only 4 storms in the gun. Or 6 storms, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Is that correct? No. No, yeah, it is only 4. Yeah, 4 storms and a feedback.
Definitely the case. There are a bunch of ghosts out here that are going to be moving out with these tanks. Again, the Observer in a really good place to let them know what is going on. We've got a drop back at the 3rd base. The Hellbats coming down are going to just focus down the probes, ignore the stalkers in the area.
Good thing they got nerfed, otherwise that would have been really okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at that. Look at that, taking out a stalker too. Oh, okay.
And does clean that up, but again, a lot of worker damage done. Pretty much pulling fairly close to even on the harassment. 16 workers killed now by Patrice.
But I'm loving
the expansion.
HuShang? Yeah, this is
the
6 base right now.
This is very ballsy expansions.
But its mech can only shut down one of them. Like,
exactly.
I feel PvT when T is meching is a lot like playing Zerg. Just like, we'll expand opposite ends. It won't matter because I have warp ins. Ooh, and 4 Tempests on the way. Just gets scanned. So he will be up to 8 Tempests. I don't know if the double Phoenix production is really going to cut it on this one. EMPs will do a decent amount of job of reducing their hit points, but that's still 300 hit points apiece. Still has a lot of storm now. He's in a great position. This is even in supply, behind on bases. It'll come down to positioning and the EMPs, I do believe.
Yeah, if you looked at this 10 minutes ago to the economic position that we're now in, it's a totally different ball game that we're dealing with here. And it is abusing that lack of mobility, although some Hellions trying to come in, and we can see that instant warp in. 2 cannons in place. We're in the exact location that someone was going to be doing a run by in, and are able to just completely clean that up.
Now, who wins? 2 very low hit point Hellbats in a tight corner, or 6 full hit point Zealots?
I
actually don't know. This isn't a joke.
I think both the joke and real answer is that the Hellbats still probably do pretty well. The Tempest coming in here now, trying to put down some damage. Vikings, there's more Tempest than there are Vikings. That's not a position you want to be in. If he gets full control of the sky now, a few more Vikings coming in to join. But if he gets full control of the sky, it's going to be very, very hard to get it back from him.
Almost damn near impossible. All these tanks are just absolutely getting demolished.
They have no idea what to do right now. He doesn't know where to siege up. Huge storms going down on tanks. The Ghost trying to get into range to drop something here to take out the shields. A lot of shields have been erased, but it's the Tempest putting in work.
I think
just obliterating this tank line.
Like, they fall fairly quickly, but the ground army that's supporting them is still quite powerful. You never want to sit into one storm, let alone the 6 that could be flying out at any moment in time. Yeah. And the Vikings clump when they shoot, and wow, another expansion coming out for Protoss. Really, really sick macro play here. And now we get to see those Hellions coming through. Oh no, Zealots did win that fight. My bad.
Happened. It happened. Too quick.
Now we get it. Now we get it. Was able to snipe down one here, but here we have. Yeah, he will spend the storm on there, but nice job burning them down.
Yeah, even though that's minerals for gas, I still don't think that's an efficient trade to be making. He needs the mobility.
The defense drone shuts down Tempest fire.
I did not know that until just then. It doesn't really make any sense to me. But I guess they are a projectile, and that's huge. It's almost comical to look at.
But like, as a newly adopted Terran player, sounds unbelievably balanced, intelligent, smart play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, why not? 3 more Tempests are still under production. We've got armor upgrades coming for the air. I don't know what the Terran player is going to be able to do. The planetary fortress now being repaired. He's going to get into position to speed this up with his Tempest.
But he has to keep the Tempest close enough to the High Templar that they don't get sniped by the Vikings, and then the Templar needs to stay far enough away from the tanks so that they don't get evaporated.
Yeah. There comes the cloaking on the Ghost. He's going to try and get in. He gets all of this.
Really
gets all the High Templar. Starting to snipe them.
Man, sick play.
That Viking pump is now getting a lot bigger. We have 17, 16 now Vikings out on the map. Seeker missile coming down on one of these Tempests, pushing him way back into his his 7th base, where
he's behind in supply. Actually, that's 4 more starports or stargates coming down. 14 Vikings to 12. Is he getting any Viking upgrades? Not really, and we have double upgrades for air coming down. These are 2-2 Tempests. Pretty insane. Yeah. Pretty very insane, actually.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy at the moment here. Yeah, those Tempests, this is the type of fight that they want to be in, where you're just engaging with single shots. One of the Tempest weaknesses is the speed at which they attack, but if you're just trading one volley for one volley, you're going to win.
Ooh, unless you're these stalkers. Then you disagree entirely.
Trying to get something done with these tanks now after you want to do something. Hellbat coming in, trying to clear up the bottom. And it's really the stuff on the ground that's getting obliterated. And these Tempest numbers are actually now finally starting to dwindle without as much ground support, but across the map comes more Tempest.
Yeah, there are actually 15 on the map. There are 4 that he's just forgotten about right now. And then we have the counter Zealot attack at the 5th of Terran, which is really struggling to mine. Protoss, well, it doesn't, like, not really getting any mineral income at a lot of his bases, and cannons blocking gas. It doesn't matter. He just has so many bases giving him money, and he can obviously transfer his workers as time goes on. And his army, this is the kind of comic army that you like talk about, where you're just like, oh, well, there's nothing that beats this. And I actually don't think anything can beat Tempest, Templar, then you can get Archon be thereafter.
Yeah, not sure what could actually deal with this. This is the type of thing that you see on the back of the
back of the box.
And then and just be like, no one would ever make this army though. But yeah, here it is, and
this is the Wings of Liberty beta equivalent of Colossi Sentry.
Very true. Very true. We'll siege up here again. these Hellions coming in, just trying to get to these High Templar, they have to morph into Archons underneath the Tempest.
Well, I'd call that a win, but now he's one Archon. Point defense shown really saving him right now. Hunter Seeker doesn't nearly enough damage for it to even matter. Like, wow, you did 100 damage. These things have 450 health. Like, Thor is coming through. Archon, again, if anything on the ground gets completely and utterly demolished, we don't even see the Zealots mattering at all.
The Raven's getting in way too close there. Huge group of them gets picked off. I don't even know where these tanks are going.
I think the
trying
tanks
to now use tanks to attack Hydra.
He has taken out one of the upkeep in the base protons in the 12 o'clock position, but I think the Tempest count is just way too high, up at 17. It's going to be at 20 in just a second here.
Yeah. We've only got 6 Vikings left on the map. There is a nuke available. If he could get a nuke down, I don't even know what it would do. He would need multiple ones to actually catch everything. But,
and I don't think the nukes actually do enough damage to kill.
No, they don't. Yeah, just a single nuke does not do enough to take everything out.
So as long as it would take more, I was gonna be like, it would take more effort out of Terrence than America in the Second World War to try and defeat this.
I think definitely the case, and yeah, and we get our Patrice just leaving that game, and probably leaving it with a little bit of what do I do in that type of situation. And unfortunately, I think it does come down to the mobility that you mentioned earlier, that you can just take so many bases that this type of army becomes possible.
Excuse me. I feel like a lot of it is you can't let this army come to fruition, and as soon as he saw, oh, you're going for Tempest, you've gone for something more immobile than me, then that's when your mech army is your because mobility is always only relevant in relation to your opponent's army. Zerglings are only fast in relation to non-other Zerglings.
Yes. Yeah, very true. If you were trying to move this, and he took such a good central position with this army, but if the entire mech army moved around to the side, both Tempest and High Templar are so slow that what are you going to do about it? Now, one thing that you can do about it, though, with the Mothership Corps, of course, is recall to a position. And if you happen to recall right on top of that army, then maybe you've got some trouble. But still, you can only do that 1 or 2 times.
And I feel like he'd have trouble just because in that ebb and flow of pulling the Protoss army out of position, the Templar are still slower than the Tempests, and are still way more vulnerable. And he was able to kill a lot of them even when they were just camped underneath. So they would definitely have taken a few more losses. Yeah, 1.18 movement speed. Actually, they have the same movement speed.
Do they? That's kind of interesting.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go.
And actually, so does the Mothership Corps. They're all 1.88.
Oh, this is a perfect army then.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone should expect this all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see why anyone would go for anything else.
The new meta. New meta. Thanks for watching, guys. This was a great game. I assume that HuShang was the one that posted it. Great guy. Thanks for watching.
Take care, guys.